Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Welcome to
Episode 7 of Behind the Sofa.
a Doctor Who vidcast where we would talk about
yeah.
episodes and stuff.
Yeah. Which isn't on the sofa again.
No, we're still sofa-less, aren't we? We'll have to. It's like we're lying to the people, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be called Behind the Bed.
Or on top of the bed, bouncing on the bed.
Yum.
So what have we got on this week's plan?
Well,
Leave it a little bit more. So.
This week, we will be. This week we will be reviewing the fan favourite episode, Dalek.
Oh, okay. We'll get on to that. We'll also be having a little bit of a look at the second Doctor, Patrick Troughton's tenure, and choosing our 5 favourite episodes.
And you've seen a bit more than the William Hartnell era.
I have.
You've seen 5?
I think I probably have, and it's actually
5,
5 of my favourites. I think.
Yeah.
I really like what I've seen of Patrick Troughton's.
What's even the Crotons?
I quite like it.
Yeah, but it's not near the top, is it?
It's
not like I mean, of all time.
No.
It's nowhere near the top.
No, but some of them might be.
But yeah, some of them might be.
Okay, well, should we kick off then with our... I'm D. Cool, by the way.
Oh yeah, and I'm Nurse Rain.
Should we kick off with our review of Dalek?
Yes.
Now, Dalek, for those who haven't seen the vidcast before, what we do on this show is we have what we call on our normal podcast, our Doctor Who Time and Space podcast, the randomizer, which is a spreadsheet with every episode of Who ever.
Yeah.
We've got a macro built into it, a little randomizer, and when we press the button it tells us an episode we have to watch.
Yes, it's really cool.
We watch that episode, assuming we've got it, and then we talk about it on the podcast, and then in a bit more detail we talk about it on here a few weeks later.
Yes, it's usually quite a lot of detail.
Yeah. So should we crack on with Dalek then?
Should
Do you need some sort of synopsis? I've got quite a synopsis now.
I do need a synopsis.
All mod cons here.
We've got, yeah.
Okay,
so...
Oh, what did we do? There we go.
The Doctor is shattered and Earth is in danger as he and Rose discovered the Time Lord's deadliest enemy beneath Utah.
So which enemy can that be, perchance?
It's in the name.
It is in the name. So let's talk a little bit about it then as an episode. You have a little first stab whilst I find our show notes.
I find this episode is a great one as it introduces, again, one of the most classic villains in Who history.
And I think that's what we've got to remember with this one, isn't it? Is that people wouldn't have seen the Daleks for how many years?
Ooh, it was 1988.
So yeah.
That's 10, 15, 17 years.
17 years without the Daleks. Now you can't go 1 year without seeing them.
No. You see, they're back in The Magician's Apprentice.
Yep.
They'll probably be in the Doctor's Meditation as well, judging by how much they're in it.
Yeah. So this is the first time that a lot of people would have experienced a Dalek, other than perhaps seeing them in shop windows and things.
And classic fans have also seen them, and people probably recognise them. But if you're young, you might not.
No. Should we hop straight into our best bits?
We do the story roundup first.
Okay.
The
story roundup.
Yeah, story roundup. That's what we always do first. We're not slipping out of the order.
Okay, well let's do a story roundup.
Okay, so this is from the first series of New Who.
The first series of New Who. So who was the Doctor?
Christopher Eccleston. So what do you think of Christopher Eccleston?
I think I've got a different view on him now than what I did when I first saw him.
Yeah, because you used to think that he was your least favourite Doctor. But now you say David Tennant is?
Yeah. I think the reason is that he didn't feel... I think if he was on something that wasn't Doctor Who, I would have liked him, but he felt like he wasn't really a doctor.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. But funny enough, the more I've seen of him, now I think of him as being a doctor.
Yeah. I see in some episodes I just see him as a really good doctor, but there are some times when there's like sometimes there's some really good episodes, including Empty Child and the Aliens of London and Rose and Dalek and everything, but there are some bad ones and Father's Day as well.
Father's Day's a classic.
There are some quite bad ones like Boomtown, which ruin the rest of the series.
Well, who was the Doctor's companion?
It was Rose Tyler, and also, if you count him, then Adam Mitchell.
That's true.
Not related to Phil or anything.
Then, and what series was it?
It's from... I said that.
You said that already, did you?
Yeah, that was the first thing I said. Rewind it, everyone.
Well, that's alright,
because
I can just cut out the bits where I make a fool of myself.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So you'll probably not see that, but...
Or either that or I'll just edit it in and do a funny voice over you sort of saying, "Oh, I'm really silly."
Hey!
I wouldn't do that.
No, we both love each other.
We do, don't we?
Yeah, we are great company to each other at Dr. Time and Space, Behind the Sofa, Miss Moon, whatever you call our company.
Whatever we do.
Yeah, whatever you call the main thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, let's get on to a little bit of nitty gritty, shall we? A little bit of detail on it. I'll tell you something I'd be interested to ask you first of all. Do you think that they were right to hold the Daleks back to later in the series? Or do you think they should have gone, Doctor Who's back, here's the Daleks?
I think you need an introductory story. I think the Autons were big enough. I think you don't need something massive for the first series, because all it needs to do is introduce it. Yeah. It's a great introductory story, Rose, which we'll be reviewing in a few weeks. But I don't see it. Yeah.
I think I agree with you. I think it was good to hold them back.
I know. I think that it helped. If there was not the Daleks in the middle, then what excitement would there be in the middle of the series?
Yeah, that's right. Although it did, what the first series did was it had a quite good balance between old monsters and new, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Because it obviously had the Daleks, and you'd expect to see them there. Had the Autons. Can't remember whether there's any others or not. I think that was about it, wasn't it?
I think that was it. Let me think through it.
What was the Farty Slovene?
Yeah, Farty Slovene. They weren't returning, but they were by the end of the series.
Yeah. By
Boomtown, they were returning.
Yeah. Okay, well let's think of a little bit more in the detail then of the episode and move on to our favourite bits.
Yes.
So let's get my little notes again, if I can remember where I've stored it. Here we are. So, we have a number of standard questions that we always ask.
Yes.
Shall I be the asker?
Yes,
and you can be the answerer, and then I'll add in my bits as well. Okay. So, best baddie.
Well, obviously you have to say the Daleks, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, they're such iconic and memorable villains, and if Terry Nation did not create them, then maybe Doctor Who would not be here now.
No, that's
it's
true.
It's one of the reasons why it stayed on air, the Daleks.
Yeah, I think that's right.
In the William Hartnell era, kids were going around pretending to be Daleks, loving Daleks.
Yeah.
And adults the same. And now it's exactly the same, but just a little bit more... It's not as obsessive with the Daleks as it was in the William Hartnell era.
Yeah.
But still, there's a lot of merchandise and everything. There's more than everything. Like every year, okay, this is going on to a tangent now. Oh, sorry.
Just move over so I'd like to see you in the centre of the screen.
Every year, when they do the new figures, usually they have, I think, the new brand was quite good, the Wave 4, but usually they release like Weeping Angels and Daleks and Cybermen, and they're only slightly different. Like one year they released a normal Nightmare in Silver, Dark Water, Death and Heaven Cyberman, and then the next year they released one with an arm gun.
Yeah, that's right. And really, what we'd rather have, particularly as
Yeah.
we do the figure adventures, we'd much rather have new villains, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we'd much rather have new villains. I mean, this year we did get the Foretold and the Scorvox Blitzer.
Yeah.
And but we need like the Teller, and we need the robots from Robot Sherwood and the Half-Face Man and Missy. But I think there are rumours there's going to be a Missy figure coming
I'm
up.
sure there will be. So if the Daleks, your favourite baddie from this episode, what did you make of the new Daleks as against the classic ones? And we know we're beginning to see some classic ones come back with a new series.
I know, I'm so excited that we'll see like the Remembrance of the Daleks ones, which I'm pleased about, but at the same time they did that in Asylum with the Daleks.
Yeah, they did.
And so we don't want them to do it too much. I think they're going to, or the Daleks are going to come from the Asylum at one point to save their race.
Well, we shall see. You heard it here first.
Yes, if that happens, but I think they're kind of the same, basically.
Yeah.
I think the effects of the Daleks are better now.
They are, yeah. They're a lot more plush, aren't they?
Yeah, so I think the Daleks keep the same legendary design, so I don't think you can really compare them.
Yeah. Okay, well, next question.
Yeah.
What do you think's the best bit?
What did I say? So, I've got two best bits. I'll do my best bit first, and then you can do the other best bit.
Because my best bit is the same as one of your best bits.
But I've got two best bits.
Okay.
So the one that isn't your best bit, but I'm sure you like the scene that I'm going to say, is the moment the Daleks go up the stairs.
Yeah. Was that the first time then that we'd ever seen them get a shot at the stairs?
No, they went up the stairs in Remembrance of the Daleks, but people say that this is the first story, but it isn't. Stupid people say that.
I think that my favourite moment in it is probably the first time when we get to see the Dalek again, because at that point, unless it's a bit of a giveaway because it's called Dalek, isn't it?
I know.
But if it wasn't called Dalek and you were just or you just turned it on, you were watching the episode, then all of a sudden the Doctor's confronted with this sort of captured Dalek.
Yeah.
Well, he's sort of like he's like an exhibition piece, isn't he?
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody didn't know the name of the Dalek, how would you describe it? This is your question.
Ooh, a big robotic tin can type thing with a sucker stick attached to it.
And a plunger.
And a voice like this.
Yeah,
a plunger.
An eye stalk.
Yeah.
A whisk thing.
Yeah, and they like to exterminate things.
Yes, that would be a good description.
Okay, best supporting cast.
My best supporting cast is Van Statten. He's played by Corey Johnson or something. I looked it up earlier, but I don't know, Corey something.
So who's he? What's his role?
I said Van Statten. He was the guy who owned all of the exhibits, the museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what a museum! We'd go to that, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
If they had one.
Yeah.
We'd go to that museum.
Yeah, you might get exterminated by a few Daleks.
Maybe. Yeah. I think my favourite was probably Adam. Can't remember his surname now.
Mitchell.
Adam Mitchell. Because I think you got the impression from that episode that he was going to be hanging around for a while, that he was going to be like a future companion.
Yeah.
The two of them going off together. Now, it may not turn out like that
No.
if you watch the next episode.
You'll have
which
to
is...
wait and see
Is it
in the long
next?
game. Yeah. You'll have to wait and see when we review that long game episode, which we haven't watched it on the randomizer yet.
No.
We have watched it together before, but we've not watched it on the randomizer. That's one of the worst ones of Series 1, but it's still alright.
I think so. So, what's your favourite part in this one-part episode?
Well, you just said it. Number 1.
Part 1.
Yeah.
So we always have, it's a
Short
standard
question.
Short question. Okay, so that brings us on to our ratings of the episode.
Yes.
So first of all, we always refer back to the Doctor Who magazine because they do their periodic order of all Who episodes. Where did they have this?
Well, as I said at the beginning, this story's a fan favourite, and it's as high as 15.
Oh. Well, should we therefore... I can put that down for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Should we have a look on the leaderboard
Yeah,
to where we placed it?
Would we agree?
Would we agree? Well, let's have a look. The leaderboard would be
Would
somewhere
we
above us.
agree?
Somewhere above us, like that. Okay, so, as you can see from the leaderboard, we've got sort of 2 ratings on there. Mine and Lewis's. Lewis has got it in 2nd place.
Yes.
Although at the moment on the charts we've only got 7 on there. And I've got it in a lowly 6th place. So, differing opinions here.
Yes.
Differing opinions. So, where have you gone?
I've just noticed something.
Okay.
You will be exterminated for placing it this low.
Why do you have it so high?
I think it has to have a memorable mention because it brings back the Daleks.
Yeah.
It's a great story, some good characters. I just find it good. I find the Doctor good in it. It shows you more about the Time War.
Yeah.
Dalek's return. What more could you want? But I wouldn't rate it as high as Dawn rates it.
So
I think it's a tiny bit overrated, the episode.
Yeah.
However much I like it.
I think it is very overrated. And the weird thing is, it's not that I don't like it, because I do like it.
Yeah,
I think it's really good. But there's just when I was looking at it in comparison to all the other episodes that we've watched, I just found I didn't like it as much as all of those.
No.
Which is why at the moment...
Definitely not as much as Genesis of the Daleks, which is coming up, and Case of Androzani, which we're going to see in a few weeks. But it's probably better than... Nightmare in Silver, which is coming up on the randomizer.
It is.
I know.
The interesting thing, though, is, as you said, it's a real fan favourite. And I think often when people are talking about New Who and the appearances of the Daleks, this is the one to beat for people, isn't it?
Yeah.
And to me...
Genesis is higher, though.
Yeah, I was thinking just of the New Who ones.
Oh, yeah.
It can't beat, for me, Asylum of the Daleks.
Asylum of the Daleks, Into the Dalek. Are you thinking of Classica as well?
No, just New Who.
Okay, so Asylum of the Daleks and Into the Dalek would beat it.
Yeah.
Don't think any others.
No, probably not.
No.
Probably not.
But those two
yeah.
are really strong episodes.
Yeah. Whereas I think most people would still prefer Dalek than Into the Dalek.
Don't know about... Yeah, most people would prefer Dalek than both of them. But
not us.
But Asylum of the Daleks is quite a highly rated episode.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because it's a great episode.
So, definitely worth a watch.
Yes,
and
it's enjoyable.
If you don't agree with my opinion on it, I don't care. It's only my opinion.
Yeah, if you want to share your opinion, then comment below.
Yeah, I actually do like it, that's the thing.
Yeah,
as I say.
we both like it, but we think it's a tiny bit overrated.
So do you think it's overrated?
Well,
Yes, you.
Probably not, because it's 15.
Yeah. So there we have it.
Magazine.
Here we are at the Bournemouth Film and Comic Con. So, yeah, there's lots of famous people here. Me and Deacle are enjoying ourselves.
Who have we seen so far?
Pardon?
Who have we seen so far?
We have seen Louise Jameson and Nicola Bryant and Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy and Matthew Waterhouse and Samuel Anderson and John Levney and Lala Ward.
And we're having fun.
Yes, we're having fun.
Hey, let's do a quick pan round. Lots to do.
Okay, so there we have it.
That's where we got to. Okay, so
What's next? What's next on the show?
well, we are going to do the second in our series of Top Doctor scenes with Patrick Troughton, the second Doctor.
So what we did last time is we picked out what we saw as being the 5 episodes to watch, the best episodes, and just talked a little bit about them and why.
Yeah.
So was there any sort of general comment you wanted to make about Patrick Troughton's era whilst I find the notes?
Patrick Troughton is a great Doctor.
Yeah.
I don't have him as high as you do, but I still find him and his episodes great.
He's my 3rd favourite.
Yeah, I don't rate him that high.
My 3rd favourite Doctor.
But
Okay, well let's have a look then. What we did on this one is we both gave some thought as to what we saw as being our top 5 episodes.
do you want to read your list first? Or should we
I think you should crack on with yours because you see more, and all of mine basically fit.
Do you want to go with yours afterwards?
And then I'll say what I thought. Yeah.
Okay,
afterwards.
so I'm going to give you the listings.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. So, should I start?
Yeah, just go with it. Number
Okay.
5.
So, number 5 of my top second Doctor scenes is, it might be quite a surprise to those of you who love the story, but Web of Fear.
Okay, so Web of Fear. Who are the baddies in that?
The Great Intelligence and the Yeti.
Okay.
Now, it's the second Patrick Troughton one, The Great Intelligence and the Yeti.
Yeah.
And the second one ever.
And the second one also to feature Professor Travers.
Oh,
Hooray!
yay! Professor Travers' Adventures. I loved that series that we did.
So, this was one of the episodes that was lost for some time.
Yeah. What do you think of Web of Fear?
I like it actually. I think it's really good. I think there's some really good characters in it.
Yeah.
It's the first one to bring us the Brigadier. Yeah?
Yes.
There you go, me and my facts. And also, I liked a lot of the other unit people that were in it
Yeah,
as well.
I do.
And the fact it's also based in the London Underground.
Yeah,
Which is good.
that is good.
The Yetis look a bit naff when you see them now.
Yeah, they do, but they're alright.
Yeah, but
They're good villains, but they don't look too good.
yeah, they just look a bit fluffy, don't they? Big,
Yeah,
big fat and fluffy.
Big, flat, and fluffy.
Yeah. So if Web of Fear is at number 5, what do you have at number 4?
I have, which surprised Dad
Mhm.
when he saw it, but Enemy of the World.
Mainly because it's a particular favourite of mine, Enemy of the World. I love it.
It's a great one. It is amazing.
Yeah. It was unearthed at the same sort of time,
Yeah.
wasn't it, as Web of Fear? They released them
Yeah.
both at the same time, having been
It
lost.
had been
at the same
missing for a long time.
time. Was
when
it all
we
of it
saw
that was lost? The whole thing, or was it just certain episodes?
I
that had been
think
missing?
there are a few. I don't know. I can't
No.
remember now.
Yeah.
But I know it's a great story. The first and last parts are particular favourites, and part 4 is good as well.
if you like your Patrick Troughton, you get twice as much value.
Yeah,
Because,
there's a great villain, there's a great storyline, lots of twists and turns that you don't even expect the second time you watch it.
And Patrick Troughton plays not only the Doctor, but he also plays a likeness of him, Salamander.
Yes.
So it's a really good story.
And, but, however good it is, it can't beat the next three that I've got on my list. Now, there are some great Patrick Troughton ones.
Incidentally...
And there are some which I haven't seen which are meant to be great, like Power of the Daleks.
We will be doing a behind the sofa or bouncing on the bed of Enemy of the World at some point.
Yes.
Because it's certainly on our list of things that come up on the randomiser.
Yes, I know.
So, at number 3.
And number 3 is Tomb of the Cybermen.
Oh, so which Cybermen one is this?
It's the one when they go to Telos.
Yeah.
The Doctor, Victoria and Jamie find some ancient tombs.
Would this be...
And this crew have to face the Cybermen. But what will happen to them?
What was the order of the Cybermen episodes of Patrick Troughton? So you had the
it
10th
was
Planet,
the moon,
with William Hartnell, and then
the Moon Base,
yeah.
Tomb of the Cybermen, Wheel in Space, Invasion.
Okay, so there are a lot of Cybermen adventures.
Yeah.
In it. So the Cybermen, in many ways, were what the Daleks were for William Hartnell.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So Tomb of the Cybermen, really good. What sort of Cybermen are they?
They're Telos Cybermen.
Oh, so not quite.
Or Moon Base Cybermen, whatever you call them. Moon Base, Telos.
Yeah, not quite Peter Capaldi's favourites.
Not Mondasian. No.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't seen that one, so I can't.
No, but it's
I
a
can't comment on that.
classic, so you need to watch it.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Hoping it comes up in the randomiser.
Oh yeah, Matt Smith watched that one, and he'd not watched many Classic Who. Don't think he'd watched any Classic Who.
Really?
I don't think so. Before he did the job.
Ah, right, okay.
I think he might have watched some New Who, but I don't think he'd watched any Classic Who. And he watched Tomb of the Cybermen, and he apparently phoned up Stephen Moffat and had a long chat about him, and said how brilliant it is. It is a classic, so a phenomenal classic. It's even better than Enemy of the World.
Wowzer. So that's something, and this backs up to me what I was talking about how good the Patrick Troughton era is, because there's some absolutely fantastic episodes here, of which one of them is at number 2.
Which is the War Games.
The War Games.
Which is a great story. Now, this is your number 1 story, and this is Dawn's number 1 story of the 1960s.
You need a fair amount of time if you're going to sit and watch it, because it's a mighty 10 parts, but it also brings you the final episode of Patrick Troughton's era.
Oh yeah, it's a great one. The middle few parts do get a bit boring, don't they? They do get a bit repetitive on themselves.
I guess it's probably.
But there's a few episodes in the middle which I didn't like. But I still enjoyed them.
Yeah.
But they weren't as good as like episodes 1 to 4 and episodes 7 to 10.
Yeah, you're probably right. It probably didn't need to be quite as long as what it was.
Probably could have done with being as 8 parts or something.
But it's all based around the future. Well, it's like sort of loads of different armies from different times all battling against each other.
Yeah, it's a great one.
And this sort of Time Lord. What's the name of the Time Lord in it? The baddie.
The Warlord.
The Warlord. That's right. Him and his people have sort of brought together all the different armies. Hasn't come up on the randomiser yet.
No, but it may do.
It may do, but it takes a long time to get to it if it does.
Yeah, it'll take like 5 weeks.
Yeah. So, big drum roll. What is the top Troughton?
The Invasion.
You had to think about that then, didn't you?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, you're going for suspense.
Going for suspense.
So, what's the Invasion?
It's a Cyberman story again.
Yeah.
Shows how great the Patrick Troughton Cyberman story is. And Tobias Vaughan, head of electronics company or whatever it's called, is plotting evil plans, and he and his crew have to are making new Cybermen, and Tobias Thorne discovers that the Cybermen may not be what the cyber planner promised, and it all goes a bit out of hand.
Excellent.
This one's the classic one, which featured the moment when the Cybermen marched down St Paul's,
Yeah.
and B, it featured the moment when Patrick Troughton's like going, oh.
Oh, is it that one? Is it?
Yeah.
One where he's running down the alley.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay, that's a classic name.
I know.
So there we have it. That's our top 5 Troughton. Next time we do Behind the Sofa, we'll perhaps do the
Probably do the John
Pertwee ones.
Once, yeah.
So that's probably about it for this week. What's the next? What's the next one in the?
We are going to review the 2 Doctors. Which
More
will be an
Troughton.
interesting one.
Yes.
And Baker.
Yes.
Colin Baker.
Yes.
That is.
More Troughton. Yes. But we
So-
like Colin too. We
Yes.
do, Colin. We love you. We love you really.
Yes.
So that's it for us today.
Yes.
We're going to go and
By the way, Colin, we love you more than most people.
We do, yes. We do. We shall see you shortly, in a few weeks' time probably.
Yes.
With the next exciting 2 Doctors-y edition of Behind the
That'll be
Sofa.
great.
Or
Good one
bouncing,
to tune in.
bouncing on the bed.
Yes, it depends when we're filming it, where we're filming it, why we're filming it.
So, back to the spaceships are.
Okay, goodbye.